So, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text number 21. Veda vinashinam nityam yaenam ajam abhyayam katham sa purusa partha kam ghatayati hantikam. So, in this verse, Krishna is explaining about furthermore qualities of soul. At the same time, how we can understand from this verse different behavioral pattern, that also Krishna is explaining here. So first let us understand what does this verse mean. So Krishna is saying, O Partha, how can one who knows that the soul is indestructible, eternal and unborn, immutable, can kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? That means you cannot kill anyone and nobody can kill you. So what does that basically mean? That the body is subjected to death, but not the soul. So everything has got a proper utility. So this understanding also has got a proper utility. So one who has got complete knowledge about the soul and how that knowledge is applied in every sphere of life, and everything has got an utility. So similarly, violence has also got utility. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight. That means it's basically a violent act. So how the violence can be used in the right perspective, that means the utility of the violence is mentioned in this particular verse. So the violence has to be applied with knowledge. That means a person who has complete knowledge, then the person can apply violence, not out of anger, not out of resentment, not out of hatred, not out of jealousy or envy, all that. So complete understanding of the soul, complete understanding of the knowledge is required for application of violence. So justice of peace. For example, a judge, awards capital punishment to some person, like like a person who has done some murder or something, and the justice cannot be blamed for this, because what he is doing is right kind of punishment for the person. Because if the person is not punished, he will be punished even eventually. So in one sense, one can say that one can escape the justice system of a country, but one cannot escape the justice system of laws of nature or laws of karma. So Manu Samhita also is mentioning that Manu Samhita is basically a law book for mankind. Manu is a person who is administering this particular world or this particular creation for a certain duration of time, and what he writes is called the Manu Samhita, and the word Manusya also comes from Manu. So that means human beings are basically descendants of Manu. So at the same time, so it is also understood that if the murderer is not given capital punishment or death, he will be incurring a bigger quantity of pain in the next life if that person is not getting the capital punishment now. So it becomes difficult for a person if it does not. So basically, it's like the more you postpone the suffering, the pain, the justice, or the punishment, whatever we call it, the more you postpone, the more it gets severe. So the whatever it comes, if we just tolerate it and then go through that and then accept it as the reaction to our past deeds, it becomes simpler to handle the situation. If we do not do that and then we just kind of do revenge or all those things, it just compounds. The karmic reactions get compounded. It becomes difficult over a period of time. The king or the state of the head or the state head or the justice system, they offer capital punishment by hanging the murderer. It is actually beneficial for the person. It is not it is basically the punishment, but the punishment is actually benefiting that person. Now, when Krishna is ordering to fight, Krishna is ordering Arjuna to fight. This violence is done out of knowledge. It is not done out of ignorance. It is not done out of resentment or anger or hatred or jealousy or envy, or as a matter of taking out the vengeance or things like that. So here Krishna is ordered, or when Krishna is ordering, or Krishna is asking Arjuna to do the fight, or get onto the fight, is for the benefit of the opposition party. I mean, this is also, you can understand the mercy of Krishna, right? How killing others can also become mercy, how punishing others can also become mercy, because this is how the justice system works. And it's like this can be called as so-called violence, but then this so-called violence is also permitted because this is actually doing justice to the person who did something wrong in the past. Surgical operation is not meant to kill a patient. Surgical operation is meant to revive the person or to get him back to better health. So this particular execution of war can also be compared to a surgical operation to safeguard the future of the enemies that are standing opposition to the Pandavas party. And that's how we can also call in terms of in the present situation where some soldiers go on a surgical mission, on a surgical attack or something like that. I mean, it could be connotating as a short while and a quick operation, but then it is basically doing good for us. That is the main concept. Now, if we do not punish the culprit, it is actually causing him harm in the future, and the harm is going to be much more on a bigger scale, bigger magnitude, if the person is not punished right at this moment. So let's see the next one.